A very good evening, class 8th. So today we are gonna discuss the short summary of the poem that we have already completed. So today we are gonna do the summary of the poem The Brook. I have already told you that the poem Brook has been written by Alfred Tennyson, who was an American writer. Okay. So here is a brief summary of the poem Brook. The Brook is a poem written by Alfred Lord Tennyson. In this poem, the brook plays the role of the narrator as it tells the reader about its journey. So, in the beginning, what we said that the poem Brook, the narrator in its is the brook itself, as the brook is telling the story of its whole journey by itself. The poem begins with the word I. I already have told you that the word I denotes the brook. The brook is telling the life journey of its own. Okay, so here it is said that the poem is written by Alfred Tennyson. Okay, in this poem, the brook plays the narrator. Okay, plays the role of the narrator, which means so the brook is telling the story of its own journey by itself. So the narrator is the brook itself. Okay, itself, as it tells the reader. It is telling us, we are the readers of the poem. It is telling us the story of its journey by itself. Okay. Next, this poem traces the life of a brook as it emerges from the mountain top and flows down hills and across valleys to empty into the river. So what is being said is that the poem is tracing the life of the brook, okay, as it is emerging. Emerge means to start, यानी इसका mouth जो है, इसका मेन पॉइंट जो है, स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट जो है, कहाँ से इमर्ज हो रहा है. इट इज़ emerging from the mountain, from the top mountains. Okay, it is flowing from there and it is crossing down the hills and it crosses several valleys, and in order to empty itself into the river, in order to finally reach the river, the brimming river, which is a river that is being overflown by water, that is already filled with a lot of water. The water of the river is crossing is reached till the banks and the water is very much in the river. Okay, the brook is flowing down from the hills and it crosses several valleys in order to empty, यानी in order to अपने आप को जो है कहाँ flow कर रहा है finally into the river, into the brimming river. Okay, the poet draws a parallel between the brook and the life of a man. So the Alfred Tennyson is telling us a brief message. Here it is a brief message is being given. A life comparison has been done between the life of a man and that of a brook. Okay, life of a man and life of a brook has been compared with each other in this poem by the poet. Okay, like a brook, man is energetic when he is young but later slows down in life. Okay, what is being said is that the life of a brook is energetic. Okay, when it is flowing from the hills, its speed is very high, its speed is increasing, but as it flows down to the valleys and it finally joins the river, its speed also decreases as there come several obstacles in its life. Similarly, in the life of a man when he is young is very energetic, very sharp, very smart. Okay, but it becomes dull and very slow as it reaches the old age. Okay, so the life of a man and the life of a brook has been compared in this poem throughout. Okay, from the beginning till the end. So like a brook, man is energetic when he is young. Okay, similar to a brook, man is energetic when he is young, but later on slows down in life. Okay, due to the different obstacles, different problems that comes in the face of a man. Similarly, the life of a brook has also several obstacles when it crosses several things in its life. So Similarly, in the mountains, the brook flows fast but slows down in the valley when it passes grassy lawns and different landforms. So, the life of a brook, when it is flowing from the mountains, it is very fast, it is moving with a very high speed, its speed is increasing, okay, when it is flowing from the mountains. But slowly when it reaches the valleys, down the valleys, it crosses several grassy lawns, several grassy areas are being crossed by the brook. So, and very different landforms are comes also across in its path. So due to all these obstacles, its speed decreases, goes on decreasing as it flows down the valleys and passes several grassy lawns and different landforms. Okay, I hope it is clear to you. Then the brook does not follow a straight path but meanders around rocks without telling anyone anything to stop it. The brook does not follow the straight path. Okay, the brook has a curved path. It crosses. It takes very different turns. Different curved paths are being crossed by the brook. Okay, there comes different turning points in the life of the brook. It does not follow a straight path but meanders around rocks without telling anything stop it. Okay, it is crossing the rocks without disturbing anything. It's flowing in its own way, it is not disturbing anything else. It is crossing in a zigzag motion. Okay, it is for moving in a different movements, different curved paths, different curved edges are being crossed by the brook, and it's not following a straight path. Okay, next, similarly, man also is faced with many challenges in life. As I told you already, that there comes different obstacles, different problems in the life of a man with the passage of time. Similarly, in the life of a brook, there comes different challenges, different obstacles in its way while it's moving from the mountains down in the valleys. Similarly, the man is also faced with many challenges, different obstacles, different problems, different situations arises in the life of a man too, like that of a brook. Okay, then the brook comes alive when fishes like trout and graylings swim in it and reflection of the sun's rays dances on its waves. Now the brook comes alive. The brook enjoys everything when there comes the fishes like trout and the graylings. Okay, big fishes, big types of fishes, and the freshwater aquatic fishes that are present in the water, and they dance on they enjoy every beauty of the brook. They comes in the water and they enjoy everything, and the reflection of the sun rays, and the sun rays reflection, when it falls on the water on the brook, it starts dancing on its waves. The waves that are being produced by the brook, the sun's rays dances on its waves. Through the poem, the poet tells us that men are born and will die, but the brook never ceases to exist its lives forever. So it is the end of the summary, and it is a brief message that is being conveyed to us by Alfred Tennyson through this poem. And it is being said that men are born and have to die one day, which means that humans are mortal. They have to die one day. They are not permanent. Okay, they have to die one day or some other. But the life of the brook never ceases, never stops to exist. It continues its life forever. Okay, it does not stops its life. It moves in its continuous form till throughout its whole life. Therefore, man is mortal and brook is immortal. Now, what is being said? Man is mortal. Mortal means one who has to die one day or another. The life of one which is not permanent, it's temporary. So, man is mortal and brook is immortal. Immortal means permanent, that has to live forever, that does not die. So, the life of a brook and the life of a man has been compared throughout the poem, and it is being repeated. The line has been repeated, for men may come and men may go, but I go on forever. This line is being repeated from the beginning till the end of the poem The Brook, and written by Alfred Tennyson. And this line conveys us a very important message, that the life of the small streams, small brooks, is continuous, is permanent, is immortal, but that of a man is mortal, and man has to die one day or another. I hope that this short poem summary of the poem The Brook, written by Alfred Tennyson, is clear to you. So this was a brief summary. Do you have to note it on your notebooks, fair notebooks? Okay, I will send you a photo of this 2 pages in your groups, the respective class groups. I hope that it is clear. Thank you so much, class. Have a nice day. Bye bye.